From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Friday morning as we peek ahead to Sunday. It's going to be another First Alert Weather Day once again in the Kittitas Valley, as once again some of those peak gusts could be between 60 to 65 miles per hour. Now, even for this morning, it's a little breezy out there. We're not going to see wind gusts nearly as strong as what we'll see for Sunday for today, but still breezy right now in the Kittitas Valley and the lower Columbia Basin, Bluefoot Hills, and Blue Mountains. Keep that in mind when I show you temperatures for this morning, 40s and 50s for lower elevations, but it's going to feel cooler than that in some of the winds, 30s up in the Cascades, 30s and 40s in the Blues. We were tracking some very light, I would call it sprinkles earlier this morning, but for the time being, we're dry. We'll continue to keep it pretty dry for today. We're seeing some visibility concerns for U.S. Highway 12, Interstate 90, Oregon 204, and Interstate 84. In those areas, take it slow. Use the low beams. Here's your day planner forecast for today. For lower elevations, a decent amount of sunshine. We'll keep it dry. High temperature still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Showers and thunderstorms likely for tomorrow, drier Sunday. Again, very windy in the Kittitas Valley for Sunday. Next week, we're going to have much calmer and slightly warmer weather. But I'll touch on all these points coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a Richland ag company hit with a record-breaking fine. What state investigators say they found and what happens next.
Plus, City Hall in Sunnyside is shutting down today, and it's not for a holiday. We have what's behind the unexpected closure coming up.
And Governor Ferguson hits the road, landing right here in Kennewick to sign nearly a dozen new laws. Why he says this visit matters. It's all in Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, May 16th. We've made it to the end of the week. Of course, we have some unsettled weather, it sounds like, coming into the weekend.
But also fun events coming up that you can do indoors.
Fun events, yes, absolutely. We'll break all that down, yeah. But first, we want to start this morning in Richland, where an agriculture company is facing some major penalties.
The Washington State Department of Labor and Industries announcing a record-setting fine of $1.24 million against Pacific Agri-Services, LLC.
So this investigation all began last August when the company failed to provide some key records during a routine compliance review. Once L&I got access, they uncovered multiple violations.
This includes operating without a license, failing to properly disclose wages and job duties to nearly 5,000 workers, and also not providing details about transportation or housing, especially concerning for H-2A foreign workers. In total, L&I says the violations left many workers unaware of their rights and vulnerable to exploitation. Pacific Agri-Services has filed an appeal. And in Richland, where the city is asking residents to use caution on the trail along the Columbia River. So on Monday and Tuesday next week, city contractors will be collecting soil samples for stabilization testing. And this will occur between the Bradley Boulevard Trailhead parking lot and also Riverfront Hotel in Richland. And the city says the trail will stay open during this time.
6:03 now, and following up on a hit-and-run crash that happened on Highway 240 in Kennewick. It sent a motorcyclist to the hospital. The crash happened just over a week ago. Now, Washington State Patrol say they have identified both the vehicle and the driver who hit that motorcyclist, Adam Garrison. Investigators tell us speed was a factor.
Well, people are going to say whatever they want online. You have a right to voice your opinion. For our detectives, that would be a perfect question for them. Again, this is all under investigation. Whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, somebody in a motor vehicle, we need everybody's full attention.
There have been reports online saying that this was possibly the motorcyclist's fault, but as you heard there, it is still under investigation, and troopers are still asking the public for any dash cam video that may have caught the incident. This is considered a felony hit-and-run crash. No charges, though, have been filed as of yet. The rider still recovering in the hospital. Well, the city of Sunnyside has announced that City Hall will be closed today. Apple Valley News Now spoke with City Manager Mike Gonzalez, who says it's due to a high volume of public records requests. He says dozens have come in lately, and he is committed to transparency and accountability. One city council member put in over 60 requests. The other issue, a number of lawsuits that have also come in. Gonzalez says he understands that this is a burden, but with short staffing, there's just no other option.
We appreciate everybody's patience. We realize that it's a burden to the taxpayers to close, but we've got to catch up on these important functions. And I think the only thing I'll close with is for small cities like ourselves, these records requests are becoming so burdensome across the state. We simply don't have the staff to pay for it, and it's really become sort of this cottage industry.
Gonzalez says there could be other Fridays in the future that City Hall will be forced to shut down, and they say they'll, of course, keep everyone updated on those dates if that happens.
All right, check this out now. So 4 construction workers are recovering this morning after a terrifying fall from a water tower in Washington.
Well, the group was working on the roof when it suddenly gave way, sending them plummeting at nearly 60 feet into the empty tank below.
And the U.S. Coast Guard responded quickly, deploying a helicopter and rescue swimmers to reach the injured crew.
They were lowered into that tank and used a rescue basket to safely lift those men out one by one.
And 2 of the workers are in critical condition. The other 2 are expected to recover from less serious injuries.
Oh, such a scary situation.
Yeah, so terrifying. But I'm so glad they were able to get all of them out.
Absolutely. I know those rescue crews.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Such true heroes.
Oh, seriously, the positions that they put themselves in and are able to make those just imperative rescues.
And people like us would be terrified doing anything like that.
Absolutely terrified. I know. So bravo to them.
And wishing them a recovery.
Yes.
Speedy recovery.
Yes. All right. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Parks and Pups. Coming up, we have the weekend on mind, and we are talking about some community events after the break. Plus, Josh has another look at your weekend forecast as well at 6:06, and we're back after the break.
The Memorial Day Super Sale is on now at Furniture Row. Shop top brands like Lazy Boy, FlexSteel, Fork Holder Amish, and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus, get 60 months no interest. The Memorial Day Super Sale on now at Furniture Row.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. Find your ride with the new 2025 Kia Carnival LXS. Named best in class for cargo and passenger space. Now just $38,990. Plus, get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Apple Valley News Now is Kennewick.
Apple Valley News Now is Richland.
Apple Valley News Now is Walla Walla. Our broadcast center may be here in Kennewick, but Apple Valley News Now is everywhere.
From the Blues in the east to the Cascades in the west, one television station is everywhere you want us to be. Leading the way with local news you trust. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Always on your side.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide. It's the Memorial Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Purple, or save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Get 30% off our Doctor's Choice lineup, plus 60 months no interest and free shipping. The Memorial Day Super Sale on now at Denver Mattress.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures as they're spanning from 35 to 50 in Kittitas County, 50 for Vantage, 35 for Snoqualmie Pass, 47 in Ellensburg. Then in the Yakima Valley, these temperatures from 43 to 48, 43 for Yakima, 48 for Grandview. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, all of us around 50, right at 50 for the Tri-Cities, 52 in Benton City. And then for the Blue Foothills, 40s for the Blue Foothills of Morrow County, right around 50 for the Blue Foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and then 30s and 40s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff for this morning. A little bit later today, it should be t-shirt weather as we'll continue to have highs that'll be around 70 degrees. So for today, mostly dry. Can't rule out a few showers on the periphery of our viewing area, but I think it will end up being a mostly dry day. High temperatures will be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. That means 60s and 70s for lower elevations, 40s and 50s up in the mountains. And wind gusts will be, well, it'll be breezy out there, but definitely this is going to pale in comparison to the winds that we'll have for this weekend. For tonight, showers becoming much more widespread, although they're still going to be likely in the Cascades, about 10 to 30% chances elsewhere, so it's not going to be a washout for tonight by any stretch. Overnight lows down into the 40s and 50s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. But again, our weather turns much more active. Showers and thunderstorms likely for Saturday, and some very strong wind gusts for Sunday. More on that in a bit.
This lacrosse mom is not looking forward to our rainy games tomorrow.
I'm very sorry about that.
And I really thought you could control that.
I can't.
Yeah, you heard it here first. All right, but speaking of the weekend, we have some fun events that could help fill up your calendar. So get ready to find your zen with a little side of tail wags.
We're talking about puppy yoga. It's happening this Sunday at CBRC Health and Fitness. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like.
You'll stretch, flow, and breathe while adorable puppies roam around during the class. It all benefits pet overpopulation prevention.
And Josh will be there. The fun starts at 2.
Who said that?
That sounds like the most amazing thing ever.
I know. You've never done
puppies.
yoga before, and so I think this is the perfect place for you to try it for the first time with puppies.
Let's make it a Good Morning Northwest thing and go, all of us.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. $50 cash donation. Every dollar goes back to help animals find loving homes.
And it's perfect whether you're a hardcore yogi or just there for the puppy snuggles like Josh.
Okay. Well, anyway, dress for the outdoors and keep in mind they'll reschedule if the weather or the puppies don't cooperate.
But or if Josh doesn't show up.
Yeah.
But
we'll have to cancel the whole thing.
And there's no better way to do a downward dog than have a dog right under you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, more events. If you're doing a little spring cleaning or just looking for some cool new finds, we have just the place for you.
Yeah, listen to this. The Mid-Columbia Community Swap at the Mid-Columbia Library in Kennewick is happening this weekend. And think of it kind of like a free garage sale, but a little better.
Yeah, you bring in nice, clean, usable stuff, then get to shop through what others have brought. No exact swapping is required, just good old community sharing.
I like the sound of that. So you can start unloading at 12:30 p.m., but no picking until 1 o'clock. And there are ground rules, so leave anything mildewed or broken at home.
You don't want your yucky stuff.
Things.
Yeah, bring your nice things to swap. Everything wraps up around 3:30, and of course, they always welcome volunteers to come help set up or tear down. And don't forget, today the City of Richland is hosting the grand reopening of the newly reimagined playground at Howard Amon Park. And we have seen some sneak peeks. It is very cool.
It is, and the new features include a cruise boat themed play structure, which is inspired by the iconic paddle wheel cruise ships that dock nearby during the summer months. And the expanded playground also offers improved accessibility and more space.
The celebration starts at 11 a.m. Families are invited to enjoy free snow cones and take part in a number of fun activities.
I love it.
Lots going on.
I know. I love
the weather's not cooperating.
Yeah, Josh. Weather's not cooperating.
Getting a lot of heat up at this desk this morning.
Well, you know what? You should take it all in because it's not going to be very hot tomorrow.
We need the heat outside.
Sure. Well played. Well played.
All right. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Again, talking about that weekend forecast. It's beautiful out right now as we give that live look from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. Changes are in store, though, and Chief Meteorologist Josh Forecast breaks it all down for you after the break. It's 6:14.
And that was Jade News.
With McValue at McDonald's, you'll get deals on drinks whenever you hit the afternoon slump.
We've got your pick-me-up covered because medium drinks are now $2.29. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, everybody. I know it's easy to forget things, but we don't want you to miss this new deal from US Cellular. Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines.
Ooh, I can save enough to buy a gift for my understanding wife.
Sorry, I'm late. Ooh, that's a great deal. I have a facial. This was fun.
Oh, come on. You have flowers? Save big with our best price ever. Just $15 a line when you get 4 lines. US Cellular, built for us.
Whether you're injured on the road or on the job, the big dogs at Brumback and Autumn will get you the full compensation. Leave nothing on the table. Brumback and Autumn. Bulldog tough.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
Your local Ford dealer. When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously.
Get the morning going when you buy 1 breakfast sandwich and get another one for $1.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
He woke up in the middle of the night. There was a male figure backing out of Jono's bedroom.
Just kept stabbing and stabbing.
Tonight, Jonna Berry had been brutally stabbed in her own apartment.
We were all stunned.
2020 tonight on ABC.
Next live with Kelly and Mark, Alexander Skarsgård, plus the lovely and charming Howie Mandel.
Lovely and charming.
Lovely and charming.
That's what I aspire to be.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
The awesome Hiawatha Trail. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday night at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, Sunday is a First Alert Weather Day in the Kittitas Valley, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Some of those peak gusts could be between 60 to 65 miles per hour. So let's show you the build up to that. We start off with today, Futurecast. Not much on the radar for today. It should end up being a mostly dry day. Clouds are going to come and go, although I do think lower elevations could see a decent amount of sunshine. Now, overnight, specifically from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m., that's when we'll see the arrival of the storm system from the south and west. And really, throughout the entirety of tomorrow, we'll have these splotchy shower and thunderstorm chances all throughout the day. So some outdoor plans could be impacted. It's not going to be a washout, but there will be that chance for showers and thunderstorms all throughout the day. I think we're going to be much drier as we head into Sunday. But tomorrow would be the perfect day to have that First Alert Weather app on hand. Of course, you can track the showers and thunderstorms yourself with the interactive radar, and you can see hour by hour breakdowns of precip chances in your neck of the woods. So download the First Alert Weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next couple of days. Models are trending wetter with this storm system, so we could pick up around 0.2 inches of rain for the basin, around ½ an inch for the foothills and mountains. Still, unfortunately, the valley's not going to get much out of this, at least in terms of rainfall. But in terms of the winds, we'll have a couple different rounds of wind gusts for this weekend. Round number 1 going to be Saturday after 2 p.m. Peak gust around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, also around 50 miles per hour in the Bluefoot Hills of Morrow County. Then for Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., this is going to be the main event. This is why we're going with the First Alert Weather Day, as again, peak gust in the Kittitas Valley, 60 to 65 miles per hour, around 55 miles per hour in the Bluefoot Hills of Morrow County. But it's honestly going to be blustery and windy across the map for Sunday. And obviously much drier for Sunday. Will trend drier as we head into next week. High temperatures staying about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal through Sunday, and then much more seasonal from Monday through Thursday. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Showers and storms likely Saturday, maybe a leftover shower Sunday, then pleasant weather for much of next week. In Yakima, showers and storms likely tomorrow, then dry and warmer as we head into next week. In Ellensburg, damaging wind gusts possible Sunday, calmer winds Monday, but we could turn very windy again by Tuesday. In Hermiston, rain and thunderstorms likely Saturday, maybe a few sprinkles left over Sunday and Monday, then dry and pleasant spring weather Tuesday through Thursday. Finally, for Walla Walla, rain and storms likely tomorrow. Rain chances get cut in half Sunday, again on Monday, then a mostly dry and sunny week in store for next week.
Still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in your entertainment headlines, music legends and fresh faces taking the stage, from Janet Jackson's big return to Blake Shelton's AMA's debut. We've got your preview of this year's star-studded American Music Awards, all coming up after the break. It's 6:20.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. With the Chase Ink card, we got up and running in no time.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Prosser Memorial Health proudly offers mental health services at our primary care clinics in Prosser, Grandview, and Benton City. Our mental health providers are certified, experienced, and now accepting new patients. Taking care of our mental health is vital to our overall well-being and general health. To schedule an appointment, call a Prosser Memorial Health Clinic near you. To learn more, visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
The second annual Aviation Day is coming to the Yakima Airport Saturday, June 7th from 10 to 4. Airplanes, helicopters, the KC-135 Stratotanker. There's food and fun, and admission is free. Don't miss Aviation Day at the Yakima Airport.
Harlem has everything, but I couldn't find Pilates anywhere. So I started my own studio. And with the right help, I can make this place I love even better.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
6:23, welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news this morning, music fans are in for quite the treat with the upcoming American Music Awards.
So yesterday it was announced that Gwen Stefani, Gloria Estefan, Benson Boone, Lainey Wilson, and Renee Rapp will all perform during the show. And Blake Shelton will also take the stage, marking his performance debut on that award show.
All eyes will be on Janet Jackson as she receives the Icon Award. She will also perform, marking her first televised performance since 2018.
And today's her birthday, by the way, so happy birthday, Janet Jackson. The American Music Awards will be hosted by Jennifer Lopez. Yes, please. The show will air live on May 26th.
Can her and Shakira do a performance together?
Oh, I would so be here
that
for
would be amazing. We can dream.
Add a little Gloria Estefan into that.
There we go.
I want all of it.
Everyone up there, yeah.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of
Blake
Gwen.
Shelton? Oh, Gwen. Okay.
Yeah.
They're cute,
to
but I
each
don't.
their own,
yeah.
You know. All right.
Anyways,
switching gears now, we're talking about music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. That trial continuing today. His ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who is 8 months pregnant with her third child with husband Alex Fine, is expected to be back on the stand. It's been a very emotional testimony.
And yesterday she faced tough questions from the defense as the defense focused on a different narrative to her story, sharing affectionate messages that they shared during their time together.
Combs has been charged with sex trafficking by force, transportation to engage in prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy. He's pleaded not guilty.
Ventura telling the court that Combs forced and coerced her into sex, threatening to hurt or even blackmail her if she didn't agree. The judge citing her advanced pregnancy, hoping that her time on the stand will finish today.
I hope so too. That cannot be good on her health or the baby's health.
So much stress.
Well, in lighter news, British singer and songwriter Ed Sheeran, oh my goodness, Ed Sheeran delighted Mexican fans by performing mini shows at a restaurant in Mexico City on Wednesday.
I feel like he does these little pop-ups a lot when he's out and about.
More artists need to do that and do it here in our studio.
Yeah, right here. Come on, Ed. Among the songs performed by Sheeran, who began his career as a busker in the UK, were Old Phone and Thinking Out Loud.
And Ed Sheeran, he started off as a folk singer. Ed Sheeran started off as a yoke singer.
Oh my goodness.
He didn't.
We have
Sheeran's
our own
surprise
Andrew Dimbert.
performance took place in one of the most tourist-friendly restaurants in the Mexican capital, Salon Tinampa. Yes, where guests typically go to enjoy live mariachi music.
So in the story the artist posted on his Instagram account, he said, quote, "I love being back in Mexico."
That's fantastic.
Yeah, more of those events need to happen in the Tri-Cities.
Yes.
Thanks.
And less of those jokes.
Yeah. Oh no, I liked that one. That was a great joke.
Wow. Okay, I was pretty proud of it.
She's just kidding. You're kidding, right?
I'm so kidding.
Okay.
I'm just jealous. That was so good.
Oh,
exactly.
Thanks. Thank you.
She wasn't thinking out loud.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
She was
See, we're on a roll.
Did you like that one or no?
You got to add in, Jade. Come on.
I got nothing.
Oh.
I do love Ed Sheeran. He played a big role in our wedding music. Yeah.
That was your entrance, like walking
our
down
aisle
the
song, and then also our first dance song was the Ed Sheeran song too.
I love it.
Sweet.
I know, so sweet. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. He usually signs bills in Olympia, but this time Governor Ferguson brought the pen to the people of the Tri-Cities. We're gonna let you know what brought him here locally and the new laws that he signed while he was here coming up next.
Plus, a beloved program that's put free books into the hands of thousands of kids may be turning its final page. Why Dolly Parton's Imagination Library could soon disappear from Washington. All the details coming up in your next half hour.
Riding a motorcycle is a great way to travel, but if someone turns in front of you, you're in the danger zone. If you've been hurt in an accident, call Allen Brecky Law Offices, 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. Find your ride with the new 2025 Kia Carnival LXS. Named best in class for cargo and passenger space. Now just $38,990. Plus, get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Hi there, I'm Stacy Lee, and it's time again for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick this Tuesday between 11 and 2 and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. As Memorial Day approaches, we remember those who have served for our country. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us this Memorial Day in honoring those who serve.
Born in 1947, dedicated to our heroes. 78 years later, we honor that legacy with a bold new chapter. Prosser Memorial Health has opened the doors to its new state-of-the-art hospital, designed with you in mind. This is how we care.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Traveling is so exciting that you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel are here.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Make sure you're prepared so you can relax and enjoy your flight.
Real ID has arrived.
Riding a motorcycle is a great way to travel, but if someone turns in front of you, you're in the danger zone. If you've been hurt in an accident, call Alan Brecky Law Offices, 735-0546. They're waiting to help you.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee Weather, Apple Valley News Now, on your side. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Friday morning, and thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
And he's in a good mood, so
because
we know that probably
keeps
means
going up.
cash with Colbert.
I guess
because it's National Mimosa Day.
Sure. I don't know. I don't think my poker face is very good. Mainly, I don't know how to play poker, so.
You
Anyway.
don't need to play poker to make a poker face.
Anyway, so
I was just going to say that.
three-degree guarantee sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yesterday, I went with a forecast high of 70 in Pasco Tri-Cities and a verified at 71, so the jackpot went up to $625. Here are the stakes for today, going with a forecast high of 71 in Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 68 to 74, the jackpot's going to go up to $650. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalley.news.now.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. All right, now what's on your screen is something that should look very familiar at this point. First alert weather day on Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Once again in the Kittitas Valley, once again because of peak wind gusts between 60 to 65 miles per hour. Now it is a little bit breezy for this morning. We're definitely not seeing anything like that, but breezy in the Kittitas Valley and the lower Columbia Basin, Blue Foothills, and Blue Mountains. Keep that in mind when I show you these air temperatures, as they are saying 40s and 50s, but it could feel a little bit cooler than that and some of those stronger gusts. Up in the Cascades and the Blues, temperatures and lows in the 30s for this morning. Earlier, we were tracking some sprinkles in the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills. That has since dissipated, so it's dry for this morning. There's some fog on the U.S. Highway 12, Interstate 90, Oregon 204, Interstate 84. In those areas, take it slow and use the low beams. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny skies, highs getting into the low 70s. We're still going to be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, and I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this Friday forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 6:32, and we do start this half hour of news in Kennewick. That's where Governor Bob Ferguson made his first official visit to the Tri-Cities.
And the visit came with some big action as he took the opportunity to sign nearly a dozen bills into law.
Yeah, but it's not just about politics. Governor Ferguson says he made the trip here to meet some very special people in our community.
Our very own Monique Ledesma spoke with the governor directly about the policies that he's personally passionate about. Take a look.
Governor Ferguson usually signs bills into law at the state capitol in Olympia, but this time he's hitting the road and making a stop in Kennewick, signing the bills into law with the people who helped create them.
This was a chance to highlight the hardworking legislators in this part of the state who have brought these bills forward that help students, that help farmers, that help public safety.
One of the 11 laws Ferguson signed will help local first responders.
When a thief steals from a first responder, they're keeping them from doing their life-saving work in an emergency. Senate Bill 5323 increases penalties for theft of essential equipment of firefighters and emergency medical service providers. It does this by expanding the definition of first-degree possession of stolen property and first-degree theft. This bill passed unanimously out of the state legislature for obvious reasons, right?
Another law, helping more high school students have access to college-bound scholarships.
It's important because under the old law, if you got your GED instead of getting a traditional high school course, you were not eligible for these scholarships. Well, that doesn't make any sense. There's different pathways to getting your high school degree. So why are we excluding those who get a GED as opposed to a typical diploma like I got? So I just so appreciate the legislators who worked in a bipartisan way to say, hey, that doesn't make sense. Let's eliminate that restriction and open up to more students who choose a different path to get their high school degree.
Governor Ferguson says that most of the laws that he signed into effect today are set to be implemented on July 1st. Reporting in Kennewick, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Monique, thanks for that report. 6:34 now, and we are continuing to follow the ongoing struggle of power between the Franklin County Board of Commissioners and Sheriff Jim Raymond. It's all over control of the county jail. Sheriff Raymond was scheduled to appear in court just yesterday for a hearing. However, that has now been pushed back to May 22nd. Officials tell us the delay is due to attorneys on both sides needing more time to prepare. It's a story we're continuing to track, and as new developments come in, we'll of course pass them along to you.
Now, a beloved literacy program through United Way of Benton and Franklin counties could soon vanish across Washington. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library has helped thousands of children across the state develop a love of reading and prepare them for kindergarten. The state legislature decided not to include funding for the program in the upcoming 2025 to 2027 budget. That means local affiliates like the United Way of Benton and Franklin counties now have to shoulder the full cost. Nearly 7,000 local kids are enrolled in the program right now.
All right, check this out. An orphaned cougar cub from New Mexico is now settling into her new forever home right here in Washington State.
How cute. So the 6-month-old was rescued last month after she was spotted alone in a tree for several days. Her name is Sienna, and she's settling in at Northwest Trek Wildlife Park.
She is hitting it off with her new friend, Sullivan. That's a male cub who was rescued earlier this year.
I want to meet her.
A match made in heaven.
So cute. I love it. It's like Lion King too.
Yeah, it is like the Lion King too. 6:36, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A teen's wild marina mishap turns into a frog on the dash and a snake where it definitely shouldn't be.
What?
Oh, this is weird. What in the world are we talking about? I don't know.
But we have all your kooky animal encounters. Apparently that's what it is.
I guess.
Coming up next.
Okay, that's what it is. I'm giving you that live look outside this morning from our Yakima Federal camera here from the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert's going to have your first alert forecast after the break.
The awesome Hiawatha Trail. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday night at 6.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone, and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
To keep your home cool and comfortable all summer, your air conditioner needs maintenance this spring. Vance will inspect, test, and clean your AC so it's ready for hot weather. We'll leave your AC in better condition than we found it, and you'll be happy. Call now to schedule your maintenance appointment. It's the thing to do every spring. Don't take a chance. Call Vance.
From your local Ford dealer. For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Good evening, everybody.
To make great newscasts, you need great resources and an experienced team.
We begin tonight with breaking news coming up.
Wendy Redman has been a leader in broadcast news for 20 years plus.
Monique Ledesma is
Wendy breaks big stories, produces special reports that make a difference, and brings the news home to you each evening.
It's sometimes dramatic, but always informative.
Wendy Redman, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee, Apple Valley News Now at 5, 6, and 6:30 on your side.
Always on your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County, where this is going to be the least windy day we've had in a while, but still peak gusts could be up around 30 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. High is going to be around 50 in the Cascades and the mid-60s towards Ellensburg, and we could have a low-end chance of some showers this morning. I think it will end up being a mostly dry day up that way. And the Yakima Valley will keep it completely dry. Highs in the low 70s, light winds, partly cloudy skies. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, it'll be breezy over here. Wind gusts out of the south and west peaking around 25 miles per hour. Highs also in the low 70s, partly cloudy skies. Then for the Blue Foothills, we're going to be in the 60s. For the Blue Mountains, we'll be in the 40s and 50s. And we could also have a few showers in the Blue Mountains for this morning, but I think overall, in general, it should be a mostly dry day. Winds out of the west and southwest peaking around 30 miles per hour, wind gusts, that is, in the Blue Foothills of both Morrow, Umatilla, and Walla Walla counties. Now let's talk about the big picture, the seasonal rainfall deficits and surpluses we're tracking heading into the storm system and how they could adjust in the wake of this storm system. We're thinking very subtle improvements in the valleys, but maybe between 3 to 4 percentage points of improvement in the lower Columbia Basin and maybe about 4 percentage points of improvement in the Blue Foothills of Walla Walla, but unfortunately we would still be running a deficit for this time of the year.
All right, check this out. Now, a teen driver learned a valuable lesson through a lucky landing. This after accidentally driving off a New York pier.
This sounds terrifying. The teen managed to avoid going into the water, luckily, but another driver had a surprise tiny passenger in their car.
And speaking of unexpected visitors, that's just what one family in Iowa got when they came home to find a not so tiny snake. Let's throw it to Jeremy Roth with Take a Look at This.
A close call caught on camera in New York saw a young, inexperienced driver narrowly avoid plunging their vehicle into the Long Island Sound. Surveillance captured the moment. Authorities say the teenage driver accelerated too hard, crashing their SUV through a guardrail at the Port Jefferson Marina. Miraculously, the 17-year-old stuck a lucky landing on a floating dock below and avoided plunging the vehicle headfirst into the waterway. Brookhaven town officials say the teen escaped the incident with only minor injuries, and heavy-duty tow trucks were later sent to the scene to hoist the SUV back up to level ground. No amount of experience can prepare a driver for what one woman in Florida dealt with when a tiny stowaway frog terrorized her from her dashboard while she was driving in Orlando.
Oh, don't jump on me. Oh,
After freaking the geek out, WSVN reports the woman managed to pull the car over safely and kick the uninvited guest out. She later took to social media to share the frightening froggy video, which left plenty of followers riveted. No? Okay. Finally, speaking of freaky creatures, an Iowa homeowner reportedly had to seek help from authorities after discovering a strange snake in their yard. What was it, like a little garter snake or something? Sweet Georgia Brown! Sorry, I'm not a snake fan. Cedar Rapids Animal Care and Control are holding onto it, hoping to get some questions answered, but in the meantime, they've nicknamed it Sir Hiss-a-Lot. Oh, that's cute. Now please send it back to the infernal chasm from whence it came. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
I have a couple takeaways. One, I hate snakes.
I do too. Who likes, well, there's quite a few. I like them from like a distance.
I don't.
I've had one of those on me before. Not that one in particular.
I
but
have too.
The Burmese
If there's like a
python.
handler, I'm okay with that.
He was cool. He was just chilling on me, and he was oddly soft. Like you would
They're
think he'd be
usually
more scaly,
docile
but
when someone's there that knows how to handle them. But no, that's when you have to
They're
throw the whole house
untrustworthy
away.
wild animals.
Yeah.
Burn it down.
Yeah, like I could not live there.
Nope,
Like, what if it
absolutely
comes
not.
back? What if it has friends?
It now thinks it lives there. Yeah, exactly.
That's his house. He can pay the
But I'll
mortgage.
tell you right now, all of us audibly laughed out loud when that
At her
frog
scream.
jumped on.
Yeah, on that lady. So funny.
Can you imagine though driving down the road? I mean, if you were that scared as she was,
I would
you would
immediately
crash
try to
your
pull.
car.
Yeah, well, she's filming, and I would pull over, be like, okay, we gotta.
I know.
Call somebody.
the bigness
call
of the
for help.
scream was very disproportionate to the bigness of the frog.
Says the frog, and then oh my gosh, by the grace of the good Lord,
Yes.
that teen driver,
Very
landing
lucky.
on that pier.
She probably said oopsies. Or him or her. I don't know if it was a.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear: falling into the water in a car.
Yes.
Get the window breaker.
Yes.
You know, and the
I think
seatbelt
there's one in
cutter.
my car.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. All right. Still, I don't want to be anywhere close. I don't even want to have to be prepared.
Sure.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth with your full first alert forecast, giving you that live look outside this morning. That's a beautiful shot. Mark by Mark camera in Yakima. It's 6:45. We're back after the break.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. Find your ride with the new 2025 Kia Carnival LXS. Named best in class for cargo and passenger space. Now just $38,990. Plus, get 3.9% interest for up to 48 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field for another unforgettable season. Whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a fun night out, there's something for everyone at a Walla Walla Sweets game. Grab your peanuts, popcorn, and Lucky Cap, because this season the Walla Walla Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball right to your backyard. Don't miss out on the excitement. Get your tickets now and be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience. Let's play ball.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs are here.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health Spine Center. Visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
He woke up in the middle of the night. There was a male figure backing out of Jono's bedroom.
Just kept stabbing and stabbing.
Tonight, Jonna Berry had been brutally stabbed in her own apartment. We were all stunned.
2020 tonight on ABC.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have a first alert weather day on Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak wind gusts could be between 60 to 65 miles per hour. So let's show you the run up to that. We start off with Futurecast radar. Later this morning, could maybe have a few sprinkles left over in the Blue Mountains. I'm thinking for today, it'll end up being a mostly dry day. But for tonight, specifically after midnight through 4 a.m., that's when we'll see the arrival of the next storm system out of the south and west. And then throughout the day on Saturday, we'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms. It's not going to be a washout, but we'll have those chances throughout the day. You can see it's going to be pretty splotchy coverage. It would be a great day to have the First Alert weather app on hand. You can download it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Of course, use the interactive radar to track showers and thunderstorms and see hour by hour shower and thunderstorm chances in your neck of the woods. Here's some of the rainfall totals we're expecting through 11 in the morning on Sunday. Models are trending wetter with the storm system, so we could pick up around 0.2 inches of rain in the basin, around half an inch for the foothills and mountains. Still, unfortunately, not that much for the valleys. Okay, wind's going to be a big factor for both Saturday and Sunday. Round number 1 Saturday after 2 p.m. Peak gust around 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, around 50 miles per hour also in the Blue Foothills of Morrow County. But round number 2 going to be the stronger round. That's why we're going with a first alert weather day. Look at the Kittitas Valley. Peak gust, again, up around 65 miles per hour, around 55 miles per hour in the Blue Foothills of Morrow County. Across the map, it's going to be pretty blustery out there. Will be much drier for Sunday and will trend even drier as we head into next week. High temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal through Sunday, but pretty seasonal for Monday through Thursday. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Showers and storms likely Saturday, maybe a leftover shower Sunday, then pleasant weather for much of next week. In Yakima, showers and storms likely tomorrow, then dry and warmer as we head into next week. For Ellensburg, damaging wind gusts possible Sunday, calmer winds Monday, but we could turn very windy again by Tuesday. In Hermiston, rain and thunderstorms likely Saturday, maybe a few sprinkles left over Sunday and Monday, then dry and pleasant spring weather Tuesday through Thursday. Finally, for Walla Walla, rain and storms likely tomorrow. Rain chances get cut in half Sunday and Monday, then a mostly dry and sunny week in store for next week. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a stunning medical breakthrough.
It's all been a miracle.
Just days after he was born, 9-month-old KJ was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called CPS1 deficiency, which causes ammonia to build up in the blood and can lead to brain injury.
Unfortunately, about 50% of babies pass away from this disease in the first week of life.
The standard of care for the disorder is a liver transplant, but KJ's doctors at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia had another idea. They could try to correct the error in his DNA that was causing his disease, giving KJ a second shot at life.
I had this profound feeling that this is going to be the thing that helps, change his life.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this medical breakthrough. With your GMA First Look, I'm Tara Narula, ABC News, New York.
University of Maryland Global Campus believes in students. You can get credit for life and job experience that translated to coursework and helped cut down the cost of school. The UMGC helped me become a highly attractive candidate in the job market.
My life is full of questions. How do I clean an aioli stain? Use Tide. Do I need to pre-treat guacamole? No, it's Tide.
Why do we even buy napkins?
Thankfully, Tide's the answer to almost all of them.
For all of life's laundry questions, it's got to be Tide. Get a limited time offer on bonus packs with 15% more loads free.
With Dupixent, stay ahead of moderate to severe eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch with clearer skin and less itch. The #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists helps heal your skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Now, the Morning Sprint.
It's 6:53. It's time for your morning sprint in our 6 o'clock hour.
Here are the top 5 local things you need to know as you head out the door this morning. Governor Bob Ferguson making a stop right here in Kennewick yesterday, signing nearly a dozen new bills into law. One of those bills increases penalties for stealing equipment from first responders. Another expands access to college scholarships for students with GEDs. Most of these new laws will take effect July 1st.
An agricultural company in Richland is facing a record-setting fine. Pacific Agri-Services has been hit with a $1.24 million penalty from the state's Labor and Industries Department. Officials say the company operated without a license and failed to properly disclose job details, and the company is appealing the violations.
Over in Sunnyside, City Hall's closed today, but it's not for repairs or for a holiday. It's because of a flood of public records requests and recent lawsuits. City leaders say staffing shortages made the temporary closure necessary, but they remain committed to transparency.
And with summer break right around the corner, Kennewick School District is making sure no kid goes hungry. Through a partnership with the USDA, free meals will be offered to all kids 18 and under. No registration is needed. Just show up at one of the participating schools Monday through Thursday. And the full schedule can be found on the Kennewick School District's website.
If you're looking for something to do that's a little relaxing this weekend, consider puppy yoga. The event kicks off Sunday at CVRC Health and Fitness in Richland. For a $50 donation, you can enjoy a yoga class while adorable puppies roam freely, and it all benefits pet overpopulation prevention.
Nothing sounds better than that. All right, trending this morning, it's Friday, and as we head into the weekend, it might be a good idea to fire up the grill. Why? Because today is National Barbecue Day, which celebrates the meals over the grill and also the get-togethers with family and friends.
Yeah, I love that. So a lot of grillers have their own special barbecue sauce recipe, but many feature a mixture of ketchup, mustard, Worcestershire sauce, brown sugar, soy, molasses. You're from the South. You're probably pretty particular on your BBQ sauce, aren't you?
Yeah, so no one's really fleeing to the Pacific Northwest for barbecue. No
Hey.
disrespect. A lot of good cuisine. Historians say the first documentation of barbecue was on the island of Hispaniola, and there's proof Christopher Columbus saw indigenous tribes there cooking meat over an open flame.
As for the U.S., residents across the Southeast often brag about their respective barbecue styles, as Mr. Josh just did over here, but it reportedly originated in North Carolina. Huh.
There you go.
What's
Carolina.
your go-to
Is that
sauce for barbecue?
Oh.
The little brown sugar mixture in there.
Little brown sugar mixture, like a little sweet.
Yeah.
A little sweet, a little spicy.
A little spicy for me.
Salsa.
Ranch with everything, but that's a southern thing.
Ranch on barbecue.
Yeah, I just like
and you're from Texas.
Yeah.
Pretty notorious
Spicy
for barbecue
ranch,
as well.
Chipotle ranch.
It's also National Mimosa Day, which, I mean, cheers to that.
Perfect. Barbecue.
A little BBQ and a mimosa.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time. Yeah.
Hey, did I invite you guys to my barbecue?
No, Jessica.
Then why are you all up in my grill? Boom! That's not a mic, but
she's killing it.
She's killing it.
Yes.
She's in fuego.
Is the weather, looking
No,
good?
the weather's
killing it?
not killing. The weather's killing me as a sports mom.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow she's going to be at lacrosse.
Yeah, it's
somewhere in the viewing area. And yeah, there will be that chance for some showers and thunderstorms. First, we'll start off with this morning. We do have some breezy conditions in the valley. The Kittitas Valley, that is the lower Columbia Basin, Bluefoot Hills, and Blue Mountains. Keep that in mind when I show you some of these temperatures, 40s and 50s for lower elevations, but in the gust, it could feel a little bit cooler than that. First alert radar not showing much out there for this morning. It's going to continue to be pretty dry throughout the day. We are seeing some visibility concerns for some of our mountain passes, so take it slow and use the low beams in some of those thicker patches of fog. So for today, high is going to be about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds. Bottom line for the forecast, showers and storms likely for tomorrow, drier for Sunday, very windy on Sunday. In fact, it's going to be pretty windy on Saturday as well. And then for next week, calmer weather and slightly warming it up. But again, back to the winds on Sunday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Kittitas Valley, first alert weather day, peak gusts between 60 to 65 miles per hour. More of the same stuff.
And I hope you're wrong for Jade's sake tomorrow. There's no showers.
I hope you're wrong too.
But I usually hope you're right. And you are right.
You're not going to be wrong. It's going to be a wet lacrosse tournament.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website.
Good Morning America's up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5.
Have a great day.